Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new Soulstone survivor video. In today's video I actually want to speak about two of the blacksmith's weapons. The first one is the Hound Master's first weapon. What is it called again? The Rusted Blaster. And the second one is going to be the Necromancer's weapon, the Wooden Scythe. Now, when you take a look at the skills that the Wooden Scythe has, you actually get Shadow Nova. Now, what it says is create a Shadow Nova around you, healing allies and applying doom on enemies in an area. Now, the healing allies part is really important because usually what it does is only heals your summons or your allies. So those are summons. If the game was ever multiplayer, then it would heal that, but you know, that's talking a bit of nonsense and things like that. But anyway, getting back onto the point is the fact is we've got a skill here that isn't purity and it isn't ground slam, that has healing and it says heals allies. What's really important is with the blacksmith we have summons, and because we have that weapon we're also going to get that skill, which means that we are going to get our summons to heal our character. So that's really cool. So we're going to show you a run. It doesn't have to be a high sigil, we're just going to do a Titan hunt over here. And I'm going to show you the weapon, I'm going to show you how it works. It's really fun and cool. I'm going to show you the Rusted Blaster as well, but obviously we want to start off with the healing because, you know, that's what the whole concept is about. Unfortunately, the game's not giving it to us without a lot of rerolls over here, so it really wants us to take the Rusted Blaster first. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't mention anything about it in there. We get crippled from the actual summons, which is fantastic. And then we also get other things. I am going to take the brittle to colossal right at the end, but the only reason for that is for the rusted cannon. So it's a skill that a lot of people probably like sleep on, and it gets bombardment. And because it's a summon, it's much stronger, and it just feels so much better. I played with it yesterday. Just to see you know, how it works and whether it feels the same or not, and it feels so much better. But you can see the doom being applied, you can see that Shadow Nova proccing, and if we stand still and we get hurt, I don't want to get hit like really badly, but we should, I mean, you could see that we actually instantly sustained ourselves over there with the Shadow Nova. So as soon as you get yourself a lot of not area of effect, you get yourself a lot of cast frequency and multicast, you're actually going to be in a really good spot with it. I guess we can go disarray. That's going to give us disarray to disoriented as well, so we can just grab that, and we could even grab something like poison. But this is also a pretty cool weapon. I like the effects that the weapon itself has, but it's probably going to look like really bad when we add in some area of effect. Didn't really think about that part. So cooldown reduction is what we're looking for, as well as multicast chance. And then general area is going to be really good as well, because the bombardment skill with the rusted rifle is going to be scaling off area of effect. So that's why we will grab the brittle to colossal, but we're only going to grab it right at the end so that we can have the visuals playing the entire round. Also, if we actually get the weapon. I'm actually going to take the Huntress bow here. The reason for it is actually going to be because this is another one. We've played with it in the past when we did our aptitude stacking build. But this skill, when you get more summons and you get more of them going, it's actually quite intense. So there we go. We finally get the Rusted Barrel. And yeah, so this is quite a cool one. You can see the bombardment occurring. We've got shoot for the dazed as well. It's pretty cool. A lot of the time, the tooltip doesn't mention some stuff as well. So over here, it doesn't mention dazed, even though the skills themselves apply dazed. If you know that, shoot applies, oh, sorry, not dazed, aptitude. So it does give you, it does mention the aptitude. So shoot doesn't actually apply dazed. It shoot is aptitude. I completely got that wrong. My bad. But yeah, so that's how that works. The healing on the actual skill as well, I'll have to double check at the end of the around to see if the healing is a standard amount of healing or if the healing is a number that we can upgrade using damage upgrades. So if we up the damage, does that mean that it's going to increase the amount of healing that we can apply with the skill? So that is something we need to take a look at, but it is more than one healing which purity and those kind of go to. So it might be the next best skill if you want to go for like an immortal build. And it is a summon, and you can get multiple of them, so the healing is going to be quite intense. Get rid of that. Again, just cast frequency for everything, always works. Do we want bleed? Do we need bleed? No, I don't think we do. Critical strike chance, just a little bit to get to 100%. We do need the area of effect. Damage for everything because that's just the way it works. And keep going from there. Now the funny thing is as far as I know, these guys never, I guess they do have cunning. Maybe there's I'm hoping that one day the blacksmith gets more weapons in the future. I don't think it's going to happen because there's just so many weapons in the game. But maybe the developers have a plan for us. We do want more of the Scythe and we do want more of the Huntress Bow. We're not worried about the Rusted Blaster right now. These two are going to be more important, and we get the Agile over there as well. So now we've got a lot of rain of arrows, a lot of bombardment happening, and a lot of the healing because we've got multiple of the weapon. So the healing doesn't occur from the actual skeletons, it occurs from the weapon itself. So as long as you're standing next to the weapon that's summoned, you are going to get healed. And I just think it's a really funny interaction that previously the weapon said, you know, it heals your allies. So previously when you used the Necromancer's second weapon or first weapon, sorry, you never ever took that skill because you never really ever had to heal your summons. So it was like, well, the skill's actually kind of dead, besides for applying a little bit of doom every now and then. But now, because it's used as a summon itself, it can heal us. So it's just really, really cool. As you can see, look at all that healing over there. Beautiful. Alright, we have a lot of level ups to do over here. We're going to do the damage increases for those. We get another increase to it. Multicasting, expansive's good, and then we get a devastation increase over there. Beautiful. We can go and play Aranak. No, we don't have disarray. We didn't pick up a disarray. Let's do Misa Head for the exposed on hit. There's no scaling damage over here. Oh, there's aptitude, sorry. I am incorrect there. And remember, it was changed. So previously in the alpha and in the very beginning, when the Blacksmith was released, the skills for these summons, like this one over here where it says granting based on stacks of aptitude and things like that, it was based off of your summons aptitude, not off of your aptitude. So the scaling was wrong, or it was scaling off both of them, where now it is only scaling off your character's aptitude. So the more aptitude you have on your character, the more damage your skills are going to be doing for the summons on the Blacksmith. This was definitely for, remember when we first did our Blacksmith introduction video, when the update first came out and we're like, why is Lightspear doing so much damage? It's because the armor scaling of minions is much higher than your own character's armor scaling, and therefore they were doing an insane amount of damage with the skill when they shouldn't have been doing that. And that's why it got changed to your character's armor instead of the skill's armor itself. So there you have it. In case you're ever wondering how it scales, that's how. Now we are taking every little bit or a little bit of these area of effect upgrades. Remember, I did say we are looking to grab area of effect eventually at the end, just so we can get an increase to the damage that Rusted Blaster does and go from there. Doom goes to burning, which we don't need, but I mean, you can see just how strong even something silly like this. It doesn't, I mean, you can come up with any build for the Blacksmith and you'll be having a whale of a time. It doesn't matter which summons you're using. I mean, look at the rain of arrows going. I know I did a Sentinel video on this, but using the Blacksmith for this type of skill is just far, far more superior. I love it. And I've really enjoyed that skill in a sense. Like I really like the feel of the rain of arrows. But I'm definitely going to push this further into Titan Hunt sigil levels. So sigil 9 now is what I'm on, and we're going to see where it takes us from there. I think I'm going to do single summon focuses though, like this aptitude stacking one with the bow and arrow. So do look forward to that in the coming week. And if there's something else you guys want to see in terms of Blacksmith or builds and things like that, you can let me know. I do know someone mentioned a Bladestorm video. I have done them for Silly Saturdays before, but not in Titan Hunt. but we can definitely do that this Saturday as well, coming up. Alright, let's see. Critical strike chance, we're on 115% already, so that's pretty good, but you know, if the game gives us more crit, we'll just take it. Again, cast frequency, damage for that's pretty good because it is scaling damage. And then we also need area of effect for the skills as well. So AoE, cast frequencies, cast frequency there, +1, a little bit more doom. Why not? We do have rerolls, which I'm not using, but we should. Okay, Misa hit. Come stand here, boss. Perfect. And you can actually see how ridiculous it is when we get all of them up at the same time. I mean, we got so many skeletons. Okay, we'll do a Volk and Revolt one more time for the Demolish Expert, and then we'll grab the area of effect from our dear friend. But look at that. I mean, it's just crazy. It's a bombardment of skills. I love it. I don't know what this is going to look like when we add area of effect to it, but actually we can't even add more. Okay, we're going to have to stop adding pluses to the the summons. I can feel the lag already, so it's just going to get worse if we add more and more of them. I think we can add more skeletons, but we can't. I don't think we can add more of the... Oh my gosh, I think we're actually probably going to crush the game as soon as we get area of effect. I hope not, but I got a sneaking suspicion that's what's going to happen. Try, see what it visually looks like, and then we'll go from there. Might have to lower the visuals at least to 50% though. I am a very big fan of dash mastery right now in Titan Hunt, just to get around the map a far more quicker pace. But yeah, that's... The only thing I don't like is you can't see the damage multiplier while you have the summons. So there's no way of knowing how much damage exactly it's doing. What you can do is check the skill in the normal Houndmaster, add the area of effect and see how much damage multiplier you get with a certain percentage of area of effect, and then you can just consider that to be the same or higher because there are summons. But yeah, it gives you a general idea of it. But these definitely do far more damage than the other skills. We are very, very bad luck happening over here where we're getting multiple ones as objectives. Yep, definitely lagging there. Alright, we got a couple of levels. We've also got more area of effect to take. Probably should have taken something else there. I'm not going to take these anymore. Like I said, we are lagging and it is going to just get... Oh, gosh, okay. It's like so natural for me to just click on it. I need to not click on it. So we'll take the multicast. That's probably also really bad, but you know, it's whatever. Probably should not have grabbed multicast. What is it, we're only on 120% multicast. About 200% multicast. I don't see a problem there. I do see a problem in our game lagging though. Oh man. Okay, it wasn't so bad, but if we keep adding more and more summons, we're definitely gonna have a problem. Alright, now we wanted area of effect to try crash the game. It's actually not to crash the game, guys, but it's definitely going to be a slideshow. I do want to see it on full visuals first before we turn the visuals down, but we're definitely going to have to turn them down. I can already, like I mentioned, you can start feeling the slideshow occurring. But look at all the healing. Every time you see that purple on the floor, that is healing. It's crazy.
Oh, such a nice fragment. Sooner or later, I'm bashing through.
We'll just pick up this one over here quickly. And I've said this in the comments quite a few times because I know a lot of people are struggling with FPS in their games and things like that. Or there's a couple of things you can do if you are struggling. The first thing you can do is to lower the resolution of the game. The most important thing would be the first thing you can do is to turn the visuals down to 0. As soon as they are on 0, you can already feel, even if I'm sitting in front of absolutely everything, we're not getting that lag anymore. You can turn them down to whatever amount you need to get rid of the lag. The other thing you can do is stop taking so many summons. I know it's something really fun, that's the whole point of it, but currently there is a visual clutter going on. I mean, look at this, look how much is happening on the screen, and you can see that it is lagging really, really badly. So you don't want to have this happen. You'd rather have a better experience in playing the game, and therefore kind of just lower how many summons you have. I don't think you're losing that much damage for it, and it just makes sense. Rather have a more pleasant experience with less summons than you know, doing this and having a slideshow of gameplay. So that's just my personal 2 cents on the actual topic. It's up to you guys in the end anyway on whether or not you want to do it, but that definitely does make a difference on whether you're going to have a good time or not. We are looking for more area of effect, so we should probably do that. We'll go for damage increase. Like I mentioned, we've already got problems with it feeling like a slideshow, so we don't need more of that.
A few more bits and Titan will be mine.
We can do more cast frequency, more damage for them. Grab some block power, because why not? We could actually banish block power on the sigil. It's not really that important. But there you go. Boss is done and dusted. Man, it's laggy. Alright, so here we wanted the brittle to colossal because we really have to see what happens. But my army of skeletons. I guess if you consider this to be something similar to Path of Exile in terms of naming, this would definitely be an animate weapon or animate guardian type-esque build. But I am curious to see which skill did the most amount of damage. Is it going to be Rusted Blaster or is it going to be the Huntress Bow? Both of them use stacks. This is on area of effect. This is on how many aptitude stacks we have. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. We'll see by the damage numbers. If the damage numbers see out of whack, then it's probably stacking the aptitude on the actual... Oh, do you know what? Brittle to colossal won't affect the skill. Oh no, that's trash. Okay, so the skill's damage isn't going to get increased with the brittle to colossal. You can see that it does actually increase the area of effect of the skills, but because the area of effect of our character needs to be the what's dealing or getting the more area, and you can see we only have 4 colossal stacks, it actually doesn't help us getting the brittle to colossal. So that was a complete waste, but you know, this is what discovery runs are for, to learn these things. So in the future, if you guys are playing with these skills, make sure that you do that, or don't do that, I guess is a better way of saying it. Also, you could see we completely lagged out there, so we had to turn visuals down to 0 now. And now that all the abilities have reset, there's no more lag. So we could probably grab a couple more +2s. 6 more levels and we'll be able to get a couple more. Just go for damage. We need those area upgrades because that's the only way we can scale the damage. Now that I know that we made a mistake there. Right, there we go. The area of effect increases overall don't help. We need to grab the other ones. So We don't need more of him. We need these two. So that one and that one. A damage increase is beautiful. And let's go beat up the Weaver.
Into the line.
And then the Void King.
I got a hammer and oh look, it's got your name on it.
Yeah, I've got a hammer and it's got your name on it. It's done and dusted. Grab that. Grab number 2.
The final spark is
And
on.
let's absolutely... Okay, so the first time we fight him, all of our summons get destroyed. But there you go, you can see all of it. They do provide crippled, so I would be interested to see what his area of effect looks like. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it gets that, you know, small. I would have thought the crippled stacks would have had a bigger effect on the boss. But there must be a really low hard cap on cripple. Yeah, it doesn't look like it affects the boss, unfortunately. But there you go, there you have it. Unfortunately, visuals had to be down on 0 for that because of slideshows. But it's just a good example of, you know, how it was just an example to show you that there's ways to heal other than using purity and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little bit something new. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.